as soon as it comes up. Yep, okay, the meeting is yours.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to call to order the Lyon Township Downtown Development Authority regular meeting of Tuesday, February 9th, 2021 at 7:01 p.m. And this time I'd like to do a pledge of allegiance to the flag. So John, if you could give us a flag on the screen. I pledge allegiance
Yes,
To the flag
to the flag
of
of
the
the
United
United States of America,
and to the republic
for
for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty.
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Dolan, would you like to read our mission statement tonight?
If I can find it. The mission of the Lyon Township DDA is to assist public and private development efforts to stimulate residential, commercial, and industrial growth and create a vibrant community where people live, work, and play.
Super, thank you. Rose, could we get a roll call for our attendance?
Yes, Carissa,
And please state where you're at.
I'm here in New Hudson.
John Dolan,
Here, Lyon Township, Michigan.
Jason,
Here, Davisburg.
Tim,
Miners Barber Shop, New Hudson, Michigan.
Adorno,
Adorno, you're on mute.
okay, I'll go back, Troy,
Sorry.
Here.
Sorry, could you repeat that again, Adorno?
you're Northville, right?
Northville.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paula,
Here, oh, go ahead.
Paula Ruffin. I am in Commerce Township, Michigan.
and Mark.
Here, Brighton, Michigan.
Okay, got it.
Approval of consent agenda. Has everybody had an opportunity to look at it? Or I'll assume everybody has. Could we have any questions on it?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda for $1,495.47.
So
Second.
moved.
Rose?
Okay, Mark,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Troy,
Yes.
Adorno,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes, ma'am.
Jason,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Carissa,
Yes.
motion carried.
Any additions to or changes to the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second,
I'm sorry, who was the second?
Mark.
Mark.
Mark, okay, thank you.
Rose,
Oh, you wait, I'm sorry, you're
No,
waiting.
that's okay. Need a roll call.
I forget that we have to do that all the time. Carissa,
Yes.
That makes you the star, Rose.
yeah, that's true. Or the big mouth. John,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Adorno. Adorno.
I think he's froze up.
Okay, Troy,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Okay, John Padula, do we have anybody on from the public?
There are no public callers in the waiting room at the moment, no.
Okay, so no call to the public. Unfinished business. Leslie, I think that's you.
Okay, well, my update is very brief. We have requested the pre-application through the state of Michigan's My Waters. It's an electronic portal where you make such requests. We know that it has been assigned to an Eagle representative, but they have not made contact with us yet to set up a pre-application meeting regarding the new Hudson drain. So I would expect that to happen in the next month, but we have not had a virtual pre-application meeting with Eagle since within the last year. So I'm not sure exactly the time frame of when to expect it. So hopefully I'll have a better update for you in March. But right now we're just waiting for them.
Any questions for Leslie? Okay, moving forward. Update on the Oakland County Winterization Grant. Tina.
Hi, yeah, okay, so I have some good news to share. I was contacted by Oakland County, and we initially had received an allocated amount of around $34,000 for the Winterization Restaurant Relief Grant. And this is just a reminder to everyone, these are monies that can be used to acquire winterization materials for our outdoor seating areas that are at the restaurants that are eligible to apply for or to participate in this program. And so we were told to ask for 5% more just in case other communities decide not to participate and some more monies become available. And I was told today that they actually have awarded us 25% more. So this is good news. And what will happen then is this will all be recalculated. So our allotment will be higher, somewhere in the $40,000 to $43,000 mark area. And as we talked, we'll be acquiring some of the winterization material, and then in other ways, we'll be reimbursing businesses for some of the expenses that they may have already incurred. So I just wanted to share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So right now, this is from phase one. These are the two greenhouses that have been installed over at Draft Horse. This is an example of an interior of one of them. This is not the heater that we're using, but we did find a better heater that we think has been suitable, not in sub-zero temperatures, but in milder temperatures. On sunny days, it can actually get quite warm in there because it does work like a greenhouse. So this past week, even though we've had some kind of bitter temperatures, the sunshine has been heating them up a little bit as well. That's the inside of their tent. Go back here. So they also are providing outdoor seating areas. So like some of the reimbursement, if they had to buy any of these types of things, that's something that we could consider to reimburse with. I know that they've also installed some speed bump type of material that covers the cords that take electricity and heat out to their greenhouses. So those are some things that we can consider as well. So that's where we are with this. My next step is I've already identified some items that we need to secure for the restaurants that are participating. I do have some restaurants that are doing a wait and see. I have two of them that have decided to just hold off a little bit. Part of that too is I think that they're just not excited about this frigid temperatures that we have right now. And then I had one or two restaurants that just said that they have a really good program working with their carryout, so they're going to stick with that program and not do any winter outdoor seating areas. So in our next meeting, I'll be able to share with you then once the township signs the interlocal agreement that has the final amount, we can share that information at that time. But we'll move forward with that as soon as possible.
When everybody came in on roll call, did everybody say what county and city or where they were present from?
Yes.
They did.
They said the city.
They said the city.
The city. Okay. They're supposed to do city and county present. So I just want to double check and make sure going, forward, we're doing county too.
Okay, you want county also? Well, everybody would be.
Yeah, it makes from the city you'll be able to
figure out the county.
Figure that out, but you should say whatever city, whatever county.
Well, like Lyon Township would be Oakland County. Lyon Township, Oakland County. Is that what you need?
State of Michigan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All the way through state of Michigan. So I just wanted
to.
From Oakland,
except Mark.
Except Mark. Mark is Livingston.
Yeah. So wherever.
Well, but is Northville Oakland too?
No, that's Wayne.
No, and what about Jason? That wouldn't be.
Oh, right.
Petersburg.
Genesee.
Okay, so
no, I'm Oakland.
He's Oakland.
Oh, okay.
And And then Adorno is, you said was what county? Wayne?
Wayne
Is that-
County.
Okay, got it.
Sorry, I didn't hear all the counties come through.
No, we didn't realize that.
Okay, any questions for Tina? I have one for you. Does that grant, is that eligible for all the Lyon Township restaurants or just in the DDA?
It is for all Lyon Township restaurants that are eligible under the size, the minimum size
Right.
requirements. Yeah,
Right, to meet the requirements. Okay,
right.
awesome.
Mhm.
I hope the restaurants appreciate all the work you've done, because you've done a lot of work, and I think, yeah, I think they all, I'm sure they do. I know they do, but you've done awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, Tim, I do have a question real quick. Do you know when the rest of these shipments of these greenhouses are due? Are there any more coming anytime short?
How do you mean by short? Like in the
Well,
next
when I
week?
say the time span, how long will it be? I know Kensington KG Grill was asking me today when.
Yeah, we're hoping to have them delivered within the next week and a half.
Okay.
I've already been in contact with Home Depot for the ones that we've ordered. So yeah, they're aware of how many we need. They actually are all being constructed in a hangar out in Waterford, and then they are delivered on flatbed trucks. So yeah, I think they said they're making 2 to 3 a day. Because they have only a handful of, it takes 2 people up to 6 to 8 hours to construct one at a time. So, but they're very aware of the need, and they've gotten at least part of their orders out. So we're now in the lineup for these additional ones. And then the igloos, we can actually assemble ourselves. Those are not as complex, so.
Okay, he just asked me today and I told him I'd find out. Thanks.
Sure.
Thanks, John. Anybody else?
I think
Okay.
we've lost Adorno.
I think we did.
Oh, I have a quick question. Did we solve the problem of the flooring? I know, wasn't there an issue with having the base? We talked about the dance floor, something level to put them on. How did that work out?
Yeah, we've resolved it in that the restaurants that are participating are putting the greenhouses and the igloos in their parking lots. So they can, and they're actually secured. They have a way to secure those to the ground. So there is no need right now for any platforms.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Paul. New business, MDA Spring Workshop. That's you also, Tina.
Yes, so let me pull that one up as well. So we are members of the Michigan Downtown Association. And let me share my screen. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Lost my screen. Okay, so we're members of the Michigan Downtown Association, and they normally offer these types of workshops on a regular basis, but they do have one coming up in March that specifically is titled Adapting to Downtown Public Spaces for businesses fitting into this new environment. And I know that we've talked about the outdoor gathering spaces, and that is going to be a topic that will be discussed also at this meeting. And I'd like to gain a little bit more knowledge about that and how it's working for some other communities, because it is something that we might want to consider in the future. And then, of course, there's additional learning based on what all the other DDAs, including ourselves, that we can share, and I can learn from others on how we can move forward in this new environment. So this workshop, because we're a member, the rate is $50 to attend. And anyone else is welcome to participate in this as well. So I just wanted to see if I could get your approval to go ahead and register for this workshop.
So there's no, it's virtual, so there's no travel or meal money that you need for that?
That is correct.
All right, I'd make a motion to approve the Teen Archer attending the spring workshop at a rate of $50.
I'll second that.
Okay, Mark,
Yes.
John, Troy,
Yes,
Adorno.
we lost Adorno.
Okay, Paula,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Carissa.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Motion passed.
Okay, awesome. Reports. Tina, DDA coordinator update.
So I'm sharing with you, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So as you know, I have a continued involvement with the Love for Lyon Task Force here in the Lyon area with the City of South Lyon, the Chamber, and ourselves. And like I had mentioned a little bit earlier too about how we're focusing on trying to provide more promotion to our downtowns and to our businesses and tying into campaigns or events that are already occurring. So an example is the libraries. So the libraries had reached out to us and expressed a lot of interest in wanting to help our small business owners. And they said, you know, February is Love for Libraries Month, and March is like a Love for Reading Month. And they said, you know, it'd be really nice to partner with you. So we had a couple of meetings with them, and we came up with a new campaign for the month of February and March. And how it works is, and we have Carissa was kind enough to help us with this flyer. The flyer was put together by the library, Lyon Township Library developed it. And what we're going to do is we're reaching out to our small business owners and asking them to share a book that they're either reading or one that they read that helped to influence maybe them. Maybe it's a children's book that they've read to their children or nieces or nephews, or maybe even a book they remember as a child, and what that means to them in relation to the library. And you can see in this particular photo, we have our business owner, Carissa. She's in her place of business at Bigby, and she talks about why she loves visiting libraries and the book that she's currently reading. And then on page 2, we also had Brandon over at Novellas. A lot of business people have read this book, Good to Great. And he's talking about how he loves this book. And then what we're going to do is reach out to all of our business owners. And it's a really easy way to participate. They took these photos. So the business owners would grab a book, take a photo of themselves, and send it over to our Lyon Township librarian, Katie. And then Katie goes ahead and puts this all together. And then it gets posted on the library's Facebook page, as well as the South Lyon Library's Facebook page. And between those two, their reach is 6,300 folks. And so once they post it, then myself and my counterpart in the city for our DDAs, we then grab those and repost it. And it's a way to get exposure for the businesses, help the business, help the community identify business owners and make that personal connection with them so that we can continue to encourage people to support local. And honestly, this is a campaign that has nothing to do with COVID. Like we're not talking about COVID. We're not really pushing the business as much as we're trying to build rapport and make connections with the downtown and our downtown businesses. So like I'll do it too. I'll go ahead and submit a book that we can talk about. And if anyone else wants to do that as well. But this flyer is going to be used to promote this campaign to the businesses. And initially we were going to suggest having them read a book and turn in a video, but found out there's copyright issues related to that. So again, it's just another way for us to promote the Love for Lyon campaign, get people talking local, and it's a low investment of time and effort, but it's good exposure. So does anyone have any questions on that? All right, and then also wanted to remind everyone that this is the opportunity for you to look at our list of priorities, and I can post those again or send it out to you, but it is posted on our township website page. A list of all the priorities from our vision plan. And for those of you who are committee chair people, you're going to want to take a look at that because that is really what's driving our program of work. So if you have any questions on those items, please let me know. And then, like Jason, we'll need to get together and start getting your committee up and running. And of course, reaching out to see if there's anyone interested in joining some of these committees as well. So if you're talking to people in the community and they seem to express an interest and they want to participate, then invite them to these committee meetings. This is how Troy was able to really build up the promotions committee. I think at our highest, we've had like 20 people. So there's a way to get people engaged and interested in helping out. So I just wanted to remind the committee chairs of that. I'm sorry, did someone say something? And then just lastly, I'm reaching out to Troy now that we have an executive committee. There's a couple things that our executive committee will be focused on, and that is setting the 2021 priorities, including the updating of the bylaws. And I'm probably 95% there to make a recommendation for a review of the committee on what those updates will look like. And that.
Well, Troy Power is the committee chairperson of that particular committee, not Troy Powell.
Oh, does it say power? You're a power chairperson. Okay, I can make that change. Thank you. Any other comments? That concludes my report, by the way.
Awesome, thank you. Mark Zerlag, Economic Restructuring Committee.
So we had an opportunity to meet yesterday. Troy, Tina, Greg Dobson, who's also on our committee. First time we met in a while. Really wanted to focus on, making a difference. Historically, this committee had looked at things that involve tax abatements and excuse me. Sorry, tax abatements. We've talked about scorecards for those items, liquor license scorecards, those kind of things. But it's historically been a little bit more reactive than proactive. So after a meeting that Troy and I had early in the year about trying to maybe change the focus of this committee, that's exactly what we're going to do. So we kicked around the idea of a name change, and I don't know, who's would be responsible if there's a vote among the board members, but what we're looking to do in this particular group is more redevelopment. It's going to be looking at properties and opportunities for either joint DDA developer involvement or sometimes maybe strictly outside developer development, but strategic properties that work toward our goals of how we want to see this downtown developed. So I think it was a really good kickoff meeting. We left there with with everybody having an assignment or two before we meet again in a month. But I've always, even from the very beginning, when I was named the chairperson for the Economic Restructuring Committee, I never got the connection of the title versus what we did. And so with that in mind, I don't know how much economic restructuring we're doing, but I do think we can make a difference looking at specific properties and parcels. And that's what kind of prompted my interest in redefining that particular committee.
So you're proposing a name change from the Economic Restructuring Committee to the Redevelopment Committee?
I am.
Do we need a motion?
Well, I don't believe so. And Beth, you can jump in if you agree. I looked at our bylaws and we do not have the names of our committees specifically listed in our bylaws. We make reference to the committees, but not to a specific name. So if the DDA board would like to adopt a new name for this committee, would it require a vote on that?
No, it wouldn't require. You can make the committee names anything you want them to.
John Dolan, if I can lean on your experience a little bit, is there anything that we're, giving up? Is there any, would this create any type of void in the name change or the direction?
I don't think so. I think it does target it a little better.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Mark.
With that, I did find a really good example of, or a good description of a redevelopment committee that I think we could embrace. It really summed up, when we read it at our committee meeting yesterday, it really did sum up what the objective is for that committee. And so I can update our website to reflect that. And then, of course, we would put that on our committee agendas, just as a reminder, just like we do our mission statement, for each of the meetings to ensure that we're staying focused on our task at hand.
Great. Thank you for that, Tina. And I'm hopeful that the name makes the committee sound a little bit more fun, and I can drum up some more volunteers.
But I do think that's what you're doing, Mark. I think we're redeveloping the downtown. I mean, so I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
And Mark, I think it's great that you have us so focused now. You've set goals and heading in the right direction with it. So, it was a good meeting yesterday.
By the way, I do believe that that's really important. What you're talking about in the meetings, I do think we have to relook at all that. We talked about that a little bit, and it's a good thing what you guys are planning to do.
Okay, awesome. Any questions or comments for Mark?
I just have one more. This might be for Beth. In our committee meetings, I mean, we're talking about specific properties, specific opportunities, potentially specific developer partnerships. As I look to report this, or we look to report this to the board in future meetings, I don't think it's wise that necessarily be out in the public, because in some instances, we've not even contacted the property owners that we're identifying.
I mean, that's always a question. I mean, if you're bringing it into a public meeting, it does become public record. I mean, the same thing as if your committee issues a report, that is going to be, when you issue it to the DDA, it's going to become a public record. I guess my concern is, when you're talking about properties, are you talking about acquisition? Because really that's if you're talking about acquisition of a property, that's really the only topic that's really a closed session issue. So if you're not talking about leasing it or acquiring it, it is really something that can be in the public domain. So if you're just talking about some programs that may be beneficial for certain properties, I think you're all right with just bringing it right through the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Mark. All set?
Yes.
Thank you. Promotions committee. The only thing I really have to report on is when I started the promotions, when I took over the promotions committee about a year and a half ago, we had 34 followers on our Lyon Township DDA Facebook page, and we now have 476. Our goal was 500 for last year, so we were short. We were close. I'd like to see, if we could get 1,000 followers on our DDA page by the end of this year, it would be awesome. So with our new board members that have huge followings, maybe they can help us. So that's all I have on that.
And the only thing I would add to that, Troy, is, one of the ways that we increased our likes was I know I did this, you did this, some of our committee members did this. We would take the DDA Facebook page and post it on our own page or other pages and actually ask people, hey, please like the downtown so you can learn what's going on and be a part of the excitement that's taking place and keep track of special events and special activities. And it seemed like every time we did a campaign like that, we would gain 20, 30, 50 type of likes at a time. So that's just something that doesn't require a lot of effort, but if we could all take a moment to just encourage friends and family and your own followers from your businesses to like the downtown page, that would be awesome.
Okay. Design and Appearance Committee, our new committee chairperson, Jason.
I do not have an update at this time. We did not meet, so there's nothing to report.
Okay. And Organization Committee, myself, Paula and Mark and I will be getting together in the near future. I think, we need to set some goals for our, for us in general, for what we want to get accomplished this year. Any questions? And back to promotions, we do need a promotions committee chairperson to replace me. So.
And just to note, right now, the bylaws state that all of our committee chairs do need to be board members. That is something that we're looking into maybe changing for future bylaw update. But for now, if we need to fill that position, it needs to be filled by an existing board member. And we're also in need of another board member. So if you have a recommendation to add to the list, feel free to contact myself or John Dolan on that as well.
Okay, John Dolan, Township Board, Township Projects update, please.
Well, as you all know, it's very, very busy in my position. I really stay busy. There is a lot going on in the township, and I've been really focusing on our water situation. We have promised soft water to our residents, and it's been a very, very big challenge with the softening going from nano filtration to pellet softening, and we finally ended up with a pellet softening pilot program, which we put together at South Hill, and it actually got approved by DEQ. So it was a really, really amazing day here a month ago. Basically what they said was, we approved the way you want to soften the water, so go ahead and let's design it. So we turned the design in just a few days ago. So we're sitting back, and I think we're really on track of getting soft water in the township, which is super exciting. And the way we're going to start it is next week, they're going to start demolishing the woodwind old well room, which was our two wells, and that was our softening, or I mean our filtering room. And we're going to turn that, since the building is already built, we're going to turn that into our first central softening location. So in about the next probably 5 months, I believe we're going to get that softening filtration put at Woodwind, which will start blending the water from 25 grains hard to probably somewhere around 14. And then as we get South Hill put online, which will be our next project, I'm thinking by the end of the year, we'll have 9 grain water coming into New Hudson, which is going to be absolutely amazing when you think about it. Great Lakes water is about 11. So we're pushing to 9 grain water, which is really, really awesome. I've been spending a lot of time on that. We've got a lot of things going on with the big addition at the Township Hall. It's coming along super well. We got the 2 million gallon tank going in 9 in Griswold. That kind of got put on hold a little bit because of the cold weather. We're ready to pour the footings on that huge tank. And I don't know if any of you have seen that tank. It's 2 million gallons on the ground with an addition possibly to another million if we need it. So hopefully in the summer, we're going to have about 4 million gallons of treated water ready to serve every morning, which we use about 6 million in the summer, and we use about 900,000 in the winter, just to show you the difference in the days, summer to winter. And that's all about, we're actually sodding the entire township of Lyon. We're making all their grass green with beautiful treated water. So that's kind of it. We got some projects going in the Milford Way where they're asking for water. Our water is so premium that everybody's asking for it. They're asking for it in Brighton. They're asking for it in Salem, Milford. So we've got a lot going on. But I mean, it's just been a very busy time for us, but everything good, all good. And again, if anyone wants to tour the treatment plants, I'd be more than happy to take anyone out and show you the kind of a treatment system we have for the township. It's amazing. And anyone that uses the water in the township, it's worthwhile to go look at because it's very impressive. Very impressive.
And that tour is at a very nominal fee, correct?
Yeah, we figured about $20. Okay.
Is it heated?
No, it's awesome. It's really, really fun to go look at all this stuff. We have expanded our water plants so much in the last 3 years. It's crazy. And I don't know if any of you are on township water, but it's really went from poor quality to amazing quality.
Yeah, I'm on it here at the barber shop. You can actually smell it. You can smell the chlorine in the water. It smells fresh, unlike what it used to be, you know?
And it's usually super clear. I mean, I haven't had a
Crystal clear.
we used to get on average, we probably, when we started this project, I'll bet you we had 15 calls a day about irony water, brown water, things like that. And I'll be honest, in the last 6 months, I can't remember the last call we've had for that kind of, I mean, all the pipe structures cleaning up. It's really a good place to be right now.
It's awesome.
I always say water is quality of life, and man, is it ever if you ever had bad water. So.
The only other thing I would say is John has done a really, really good job of keeping all of us informed, but in particular the staff. We know more about water now than we have ever learned before, but understanding our infrastructure and our utility and capabilities has been very helpful. I know it helps me for my job, obviously, but even for all of the other employees in the township, just having a very clear understanding and to have an opportunity to take a tour through the plants and see the type of equipment. And it's actually beautifully done because it's all been color coordinated as well. And there's a lot of technology that runs it. It just solidifies your understanding of it and makes it a lot easier to talk about it with other people and to share those details. So, I really appreciate John doing that for myself and others, keeping us up to speed on all of those details.
Oh, thank you, Tina. But I will tell you this, when we get soft water coming into this township, we will have the best water anywhere. So it's a good feeling to know that we've done that. So thanks.
Thanks, John. And we no longer buy bottled water for the dogs. I was a big supporter of you, and then of the water system. So I think you've done an awesome job too, because I'm on it.
Great.
Okay, no items for number 12. Number 13, we'd like consideration to enter into a closed section pursuant to the Open Meetings Act of MCL 15.268 subsection D to discuss the possible purchase of property. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'm sorry.
No.
Who was that? Mark? Okay. And who was the second?
I'll second it.
Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, Paula,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
is Adorno, is it back on? I don't
He is.
think. Oh, he is.
I
Adorno.
am.
Okay.
Look my camera. Yes.
Okay. Troy,
Yes.
Carissa,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, so that motion being carried, John Padula, we're going into the closed section, or Ken. So public is not allowed at this time.
That's correct. So a couple of instructions. You will get a request from me in a moment to join the private room. Feel free to accept that. Once you're in the private room and you complete the session, just hover over your square and there will be a dialog box that allows you to come back into this main meeting. The one thing that I'll need assistance on is let me know who all should go into the private room. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start out with the names that are on my list here. So Adorno, will he be in the private room? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Beth?
Yes.
Dr. Paul Ruffin?
Yes.
Jason Egan,
Yes.
John Dolan,
Yes.
Carissa,
Yes.
Leslie,
Is Leslie in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
and then you, Troy. So that's everybody in the meeting, it looks like. Okay, so this is the part where I get to play Scotty from Star Trek and beam everybody into the new room. All right, so you should be seeing the request here shortly. Feel free to accept, and then you will end up over there. All right, here we go.
Come-
Hello?
Looks like everyone's making their way back in. Are we missing anyone? Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and close the room. Looks like Rose and Tim are still finding their way.
Oh, there we go.
There they are.
All right.
Before,
I think that's everyone. All right. I'm going to jump back out now.
before I make a motion to adjourn, I just want to thank Beth, Ken, and John for helping us through tonight's meeting.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. It was nice to have you here, Beth.
No
Nice to
problem.
See everybody, sort of see everybody, I guess. Video see everybody.
Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Board.
Rose, we can get a roll call? Rose, you're muted. Oh, there you are. Okay,
You're good.
you're good now.
Am I okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, John,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Troy,
Yes.
Carissa,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Tim,
Tim's
He's
muted.
Jason,
Yes.
Adorno.
Tim, there he goes. Go ahead, Tim.
Tim, say yes.
Yes.
Got it. Motion carried.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Have a good evening.
Night.
Good night.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Ken.
all.
Good night, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Night.
Ken.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Ken.
Two.
Night.
John.
Good night.
John, I'll let you wind it up for us here.
Okay, I'll be ending the YouTube stream now.